Plaintiff Charlotte Madlock says the defendant is her daughter, and she got a full scholarship to college. However, the defendant dropped out of college and hitchhiked across California for 5 months. Charlotte's suing because she gave the defendant several loans, but she has failed to repay. Defendant Olivia Madlock says when she went to college, she was motivated to be a contributing member of society, but she soon felt like an outcast who wanted something more spiritual. Olivia says she ended up living in the woods for 6 months, and now she's back on track, and she does not feel she should have to repay her mother.
Start with you.
First of all, Your Honor, I'd like to say I hope your wife's not watching, because I'm about to tell millions of people that I spend 2 hours a day, 5 days a week with you, and they are by far the best 2 hours of my life.
All right. I'm kind, my dear. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's the highest compliment. I get people to come in here, but none of them say the best 2 hours. So. Thank you.
I learn from you every single time, which is why when I knew I needed to kind of tough love my daughter, you were the only person I could think to bring her to.
Why do you think she needs tough love? I'll let you tell me.
My daughter is an amazing, fantastic person. She has always been really responsible. She's a Horatio Alger National Scholar. Wow. And I have a picture of her right with Denzel Washington.
She don't need any tough love.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Where were you guys at?
Amen.
She got that in 2009. She was named a Horatio Alger National Scholar in 2009.
Where were you at? Here.
She got to go to she was in Washington, D.C.
At the state capitol building, Your Honor. It was the Horatio Alger National Scholarship.
Okay.
Many people are inducted into it every year. Oprah is one of the people who have inducted into it, and my brother, he won the scholarship as well this year, and he met Brad Pitt.
Good. All right.
And they both got to go to the Supreme Court.
You got the benefit of Denzel Washington. That's a little higher.
Yes, Your Honor. I did.
Than Brad Pitt. And Denzel's my buddy, so. All right. Go ahead.
They also got to both go meet Justice Thomas at the Supreme Court.
He's not my buddy.
I know. But.
And I don't wish to be his buddy.
Ooh,
Go ahead.
I just appreciate that he's supporting our youth.
I do
necessarily,
too.
He's not my favorite justice.
I do too, but he went against what got me in college. And what got him in college? He got in college on an affirmative action program. I got in college on an affirmative action program, GED from the streets of Detroit. Thank God there was an affirmative action that would get me in. He got in on it. In the time he became a judge, he went against it.
Plaintiff Charlotte Madlock is suing her daughter, who admits that she dropped out of college and hitchhiked across California for 5 months.
Let's get back to what you're telling me.
My daughter had offers up to almost $500,000 in scholarships and chose full scholarship program to Agnes Scott College in Atlanta. And at that time, she was so responsible. She had worked all through high school, won all these awards, everything. So that when she went down to Atlanta, I just thought she'd be fine. But unfortunately, it wasn't the right environment for her, and she started having some problems that I wasn't aware of. And somewhere around June 2010, I started to make a series of loans to her to help and support her getting through some of these hard times. And I have a list here for you with a breakdown. At any rate, she told me that summer that she was really not happy living on campus, and convinced me that it'd be really great to get a house and, you know, have people live in the house. So I co-signed on the house with her, and we came up with an agreement at that time that she would, because she wasn't living on campus, she would get a refund on her housing grant, and she would use that money to pay me back. She made one payment in August of 2011, and then a second payment in January of 2012. But this past August 2012, when she was supposed to make another payment, I think the stress just got to her. She left school, put out her thumb, and hitchhiked all over California for 5 months, made me pray harder than I've ever prayed in my life.
Why'd you do that? Why don't you give me some background?
All right, Your
Before
Honor.
we get to the loans she's suing you about. I was on your side until she told me that. You got to explain that to me.
Yes, Your Honor. Everything she said was true. I was a very responsible student in high school. I was very motivated to enter this society, to become a part of it, to be a contributing member. I was very motivated to do that. I won the scholarship. I went to college. I got to college, and my goal was to become a doctor. I started taking chemistry.
That's rough.
College chemistry is not a joke.
That's rough. Go ahead.
That's probably where I realized that I was not cut out for the rigid community, I would say, that I was put in when I was at Agnes Scott. I felt as though I didn't fit in. And I was looking for something deeper. I was looking for something more, dare I say, real than the physical world. I was looking for my spirit. I was looking for God. And so when I was in school, I didn't have God. I didn't have what I needed inside of me. I didn't have the heart.
You can do a little studying and pray on the side and meditate.
You're right. And I came to that after my travels of hitchhiking across the country and all of that. School was...
So you said, let me understand, I want to be a physician, but I got to find God.
Yeah.
And to find God, I got to quit school.
Yeah. That was my logic.
All right. Go ahead.
Over that year that I was hitchhiking, many things happened. I was open to new things that I could do. And what it really was is that I wasn't satisfied with what university had to offer. I wanted a more holistic career, and so I'm actually going to school now for massage therapy, and I'm getting certified in Reiki.
All right.
Yeah, I found a new sect in society that I could fit
Where'd
in.
you find God? And
In
by the way, he was
Redwood?
never lost. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You were. Go ahead.
I found God within me in the redwoods in Northern California.
Okay, so you camped out in the redwoods?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. I lived with nature for 6 months.
Plaintiff Charlotte Madlock is suing her daughter, who admits that she dropped out of college and hitchhiked across California for 5 months.
Go ahead, ma'am. Tell me
it
about
might
these
have happened
loans.
if she was ingesting something. But I think what she found.
My
She was living in the redwoods, but smoking on the other plants. That's your point?
It's California, Your Honor.
That's right. Go ahead.
But honestly, I did it first. I was 18 and I ran away and hitchhiked. So I think she was kind of following in my footsteps.
Yeah.
And I kept saying, you're supposed to learn from my mistakes, not repeat them. And that's why I brought her here to you, because she made 2 payments and then she kind of got the attitude that, well, I've got other things to take care of. Take care of yourself. I'm not going to be able to pay this back. And I had actually done the same thing myself in the past with my mom. And I feel like it was one of the biggest mistakes I ever made, was not understanding. You can't futz with the law. You
Can't what?
Futz, you know, you can't.
Say you can't
I
come
should've
here
said
just
mess.
say anything. All right, gotcha.
You can't mess with the
There
you can't
you
mess
go.
with the law of cause and effect. There's a balance. It's what keeps life straight. And if you try to make bargains with God, it just isn't going to work. And I learned that the hard way, and I don't want my daughter to repeat my mistake.
Tell me about the loans.
She gave me money. Yes, she gave me money. I will accept that. Yes, she did.
Did she loan you any
She
money?
did loan me the money. However, in my defense, it's my mom. And I came from a place when I was 15 years old, I was given a lot of responsibility. And that's one of the reasons why I had to go. Like, I had to leave. I had to let it go because I was given so much responsibility at such a young age. I was
When
working.
she told you you would have to pay her back and that it was a loan, did you say, you're my mom?
I'm pretty sure I probably said that.
But you still agreed to
I
the
did,
loan.
because I respect her.
But you didn't have to take the money. Could have stayed on campus like a lot of us other
Yes,
students.
Your Honor, I could have. You're absolutely right.
So it was you wanting to stay off campus that caused you to agree to that loan.
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And now you want to say your mother should not make you live up to your financial commitment because she's your mother.
Yes, Your Honor.
She could say, she's my daughter. I can't understand how she would trick me out of my money. Any other defense other than she's my mom? Doesn't sound like it. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I believe that you're going to do it, girl. Now you got to just stick with what you know, and you can win in daily life.
As much as my mom loves me, I'm pretty independent and I can do things on my own. So that's what's gonna happen. I'm just gonna take charge of my life and go my own way and do my own things from now on and follow my own road.
I guess that means no more loans. Yay!
If you can relate to any of our cases today, visit my website, askjudgemathis.com, and let me know your question.